Greetings everyone, and great here for another Age Mythology Replay. Spawn on the left side is the blue Hades. We've got Tapiroca. Spawn on the top of the right side is the red Gaia. We've got Tonga94. Of course, we've got the Gaia Force God Power already summoned for additional wood collection. When it comes to relics on the map, we do have the Bridle of Pegasus. Gives you free Pegasus, which is pretty nice. And always a good idea to have some free Pegasus. Harmonis necklace. Give your villagers plus 10% gathering rate, which is very nice, of gold. You have Foz Scepter. Makes your farm sheer by 25%. Not bad, particularly for the Lanteans, thinking how expensive their farms are. And Polygamon's statue gives villagers plus 40% hit points. So all those relics are quite nice to have. When it comes to aging on up, for Gaia, I'm more biased towards Leto. I do like the Spider Layer God Pair is actually pretty cost effective in favor cost. Automatons are an excellent defensive unit. You also get a excellent upgrade here, makes you another round of Pierce Armor, particularly useful fighting against Hades. And of course you get some Oracle bonuses, which also improves their full capacity for gathering favor, and it doesn't cost me favor itself, so that's a pretty nice upgrade as well. Leto is a good god power, minor god. And when it comes to Oceanus, of course, got the Carnivore, which is excellent defensive structure as well as offensive. And Caladra, good healer. Weightless Mace is a nice counter cavalry unit. Fighter Shark is okay, plus 1% firepower, and I put no value in the bleed damage. And cheaper promotions is always quite nice. Gaia is going for Oceanus. I disagree with that. And we do have over here Ares. Ares though does provide the Cyclops. Pestilence is a good way to prevent production. The Spear of Panic, Vobel's Spear of Panic, gives your Hoplites and Militia and Prodromos divine damage, one whole divine damage. The Chronos and the Bow of Horrors give your Toxates increased damage by 10%. And also lets them fly quicker, so less overkill and deals the damage course quickly. And Demo's Sword of Dread gives you enables your high passes early, which is not super important in this matchup. Also gives the damage as well. So you get good Toxates, good counter infantry, and good counter cavalry in general. Blue's, of course, going for another town center. Red's going for a mana here. Got some exotic doggos here. Got a heroic oracle there. If you allow me to talk about Leto a little more for Gaia, the Spider Lair, it's a pretty cheap god power. It's pretty cheap to resummon over and over and over again. I think the first recast is like 10 favor. It may not seem like enough, a lot, but 10 favor to call off 3 human soldiers is actually pretty good. A lot of times a myth unit doesn't kill 3 units. And this one, for example, costs 18 favors. So imagine a god power that guaranteed to kill off 3 human soldiers for 10 favor. I mean, let's just round it towards like a 20 favor in the form of the Cyclops. 2 casts is that. That's 6 human soldiers guaranteed to be dead. A Cyclops is not going to get that value. Most myth units are not going to get that value. I think Spider Lair is a really slept on god power. And don't sleep on it. As the spiders come up and eat you. And not to mention, it could be a good idea, like, you send your citizens to go gather off gold. Just throw some Spider Lairs around it. If you think you're going to get raid, throw some Spider Lairs around it. If there's a choke point on the map, just throw some Spider Lairs there. If you think you're... And it's going to be a little bit predictive, but there's a good chance your opponent will eventually find him. Got some various forward structures there. Got some barracks and an archer range there. My apologies as well. There's also a bit of an issue where I get frame rate issues around the Lush. I don't know why. Yeah, it's something I'm just going to say right now. My frame rate just take a dip around the Lush. I tried everything to mitigate it. I'm not sure what causes it. kind of manor now being established here. Oh, still got some eco phase. Both players are going for another town center, so let's fast forward a little bit more. Quadra may take some damage there from HX. Nope, looks like she's at full health.
Skopos.
UG?
UJ?
Got some more walls being established here. There is a gate here as well. That's clearly a gate.
Correct.
Hades now aging up to Aphrodite. Paul should mention what Gaia's age up possibility is. It is, of course, Thea or, of course, Rhea. Looks like she's actually going to be aging up to Rhea, which is my preferred option when it comes to Gaia's, or the third age 3 one. Gives you access to a very fun god power, the Trader. You get access to Horns of Consecration, which makes your Fanatics earlier, and that's a very powerful unit. Or your Calcum, what more hack armor, which combos quite well with more pierce armor from Leto, so you can get plus 15 total. Not say plus 15, it improves it by 50% whatever armor they already have, but still. You get remove all favorite costs from all god power upgrades and get a rebate on them. And yeah, and that as well. Oh, we do have who's moving around. Hades H up to Aphrodite, which she does provide villager benefits. One, increase the carrying capacity for all resources and increase their movement speed, which is very nice. Another upgrade improves the favor generation of the temple. Not to mention, you get the Curse God Power. It's a good way to protect yourself from raids. Rhea is now being aged on up, which a good target for the Trader God Power would probably be the Nemean Lion. Nemean Lion has decent amount of stats to it. Not to mention, it's an AoE stun as well. Bit of crush damage to go along with it. Not the highest DPS, it's a good crowd control myth unit. Like any cat, just screams at anything it dislikes. Since both players are still in the economic state of the game, I'm going to fast forward a little bit more. And Hades aging up straight to Hephaestus will give you the Colossus and the Plenty Vault. Blue right now has less civilian population in the field compared to red. There is the Behemoth. The Caladrias in the field. We got Orichalcum now being researched there, a gold titanium alloy. Now aging up to Atlas, give access to Argus. I'm more biased towards Lampades, or Hecate, give access to Lampades. Also increase your attack speed of myth units there, and Lampade is a pretty good myth unit. And I do like the Tartartan Gate. It's a great way to deny trade. You just pop that in the trade line, would be at the start, end, or middle of a trade line. And then you got a lot of Tartan spawn just to cause so many issues. And then if your opponent takes time to focus it, and then you attack from the front. If they attack you from the front, put the Tartan Gate in where the trade line is, and you got a permanent denial. We do now have Perseus being queued on up, Toxdays, more Cyclops. Soon you have 3 Cyclopes. Are they Elder Cyclopes? Nope, just regular Cyclops. Sentinel's been summoned somewhere. Those going for another town center. Rad's going for a large round on more mellows. Behemoth taking some fire there, aging up to Atlas now. Oh, we got the new unique crossbowman, the Gastro. I don't know how to pronounce anything. It's a pretty good siege crossbow. I think players should go for more often. Offers good anti-infantry. Oh, Trader on the Colossus. That's actually a really good target. I talked about Mimi Line. Of course, now there's a Colossus in the field. The Colossus soon be off the field. There's the Carnivora. Does each one of those units there. Marmello's, maybe Marmello's pushing forward. They do have the Serrated Blade, giving plus some firepower, and the pathetically poor bleed damage over time. Better than poison damage over time. Still not great. Beamline does scream like any cat would. More high pass sneaking up to help counter. And going for a heroic Arcus archers on the front line, not a good idea. Perseus does go to petrify the behemoth, but of course in Retold is not an instant kill like in Gold Edition. We got now the implosion there. I understand it's a very fun god power, which is why probably many players go for Argus. Does explode there, knocks down all the trees, and all the units now spread around everywhere. More Mills, more Arcus archers before the field. They haven't seen the Argus pushed on forward. Some blues units are being picked up here. First there. So spawns out a bunch of delicious piggies as we wait while they do their new home. Pestilence not blowing the field, which slows down opponent's production rate by a fair amount. Got the Olympian weapons being researched for improves Gastrotheus' damage by 20%. Improves the unique human soldier unit for the Greek gods' damage by 20%, which is quite nice. Over here we do have now the Devotees of Atlas. Fanatics get bonus damage and speed as per missing health point. Another Cyclops in the build queue.
Πρόσεχε.
Let's get a lower number of villagers on the temple. Greater than soft cap. Only one Plenty Vaults on the field at the moment. I always see you try to rush out 2 Plenty Vaults. Because the second Plenty Vault only costs 2 inch fare, which is pretty cheap and accessible.
Πρόσταγμα.
Fortified towns by blue. Force of the fire siphon. Gains some good damage on him. Got some fanatics on the field, which are counter cavalry and counter infantry units. Another trader there on the wind Cyclops. That's not as great. Probably should not use that there. See if it would favor something else. Carnivore does go down there. Argus taking some damage there. Argus does go down. Still got a good number of Arcus, but they're going down as well. Phidiopoli getting picked apart by the Parasite and vice versa. More Fanatics on the build queue. Oh, looks like they received a nerf. I thought they had ×2 damage because they got nerfed down to 1.5. To be honest, that's pretty sense. They're pretty powerful versus journalists. It's hard to apply a range-only counter versus them. Got some medium Contineris now forward in the field. Got a good number of Peltas, which the fanatics will be more than capable against them. Fanatics are a pretty good generalist unit, called as a counter range unit. You're not high passes, going for Divine Blood, also Nightmare Secrets of Titans, if possible. I hear a lot of shades being summoned. Sounds like we got a little bit lucky there. Shades are free and not super great, honestly. But they're free. We have some more Argus now being put on the field. We do have some Chafing Gastro Fairturos. How to pronounce that? I still don't know how to pronounce that. That's a lot of shades. Ready to throw some shade at his opponent. Another round of Sentinels pulling in the field. That's generally a bad idea. They're not really an anti-army unit that encounter. I suppose against to protect against the gold mines not a bad idea for them. Also, you didn't get too many of them. 3 out of the 5 there. We now have the Titan Shield, giving destroyers a lot of extra pierce armor, making them effectively bulletproof. Oh, and Perseus does petrify the Argus. I think it's actually fully dead there. Yeah, actually fully got petrified there. One shot it there. Some fanatics on the build queue. The Arcus archers don't have incendiaries just yet. Another carnivore to go on the field. Does want to grab one of the top stays. Carnivore does have a decent damage. Trader's something. Didn't see what though. Another Cyclops. Turn the carnivore to stone, but some of the extra tentacles are still firing away. That's interesting. Didn't the carnivore turn to stone like that? Correlation's not being researched by Let's go for some llama caravans, only 1 queue of them. Gaia does have a good amount of gold in store. Ace has a nice mix of everything.
Λέγε.
Oh, that's what he traded. He traded a Petrobolos. And he got upgraded to heavy Petrobolos. So that's what he used it on. I was curious what the trader god power was utilized on. Fanatics and Marmellos trying to pursue these villagers. Right, straightforward. Got good number of pigs here. Get some back home. They're pretty much almost fully tapped as well. Argus does breathe some acid or spit some acid.
Λέγε.
See that bit of bleed damage they're taking is hardly anything. That it takes like 2 bleed damage. It's not too great. That's why I don't really value the bleed damage too much. Yep. Oh, definitely a weird fish. It's a tentacle fish. Probably from the deep sea. Deep sea is Japan. That's where they get that from. We do now have the fortified townsfolk take some damage there. Nah, definitely not frog. Got a good number of these catapults, petrol bolts before. Villagers idle here. And the Heliopolis engaged in the palace now. Another behemoth on the build queue. Marmello is trying to take out some of these sea turtles. A good number of sea turtles over here. Got some Marmellos over here now. A mix of fanatics and Marmellos engaging some villagers here. Right now, red has 90 villagers, blue has 88. No more citizen build queue, so we're trying to keep population high and go for some llamas. These llamas cause nothing but drama. More acid being breathed there, and the fires have taken some damage there. Archer range takes some damage. More units push forward. Right now, Blue's having trouble remaxing, go for more Toxidays. Has plenty of food, problem is gold. Does manage to squeeze another plenty bolt, very nice. Also got some donkey caravans in the build queue for blue as well. Just really trying to pump out favor on the temples. Gives a good favor generation. Plenty of volts will help him with his economy. Of course, as plenty of volts get more and more costly, it means that these villagers are spending less time gathering other resources. And right now is interrupting various trade lines. Now got the heroic turmo there to engage these shades. The village can just go up and shank him. Destroyers engaging these units there. Got more sentinels than all being summoned. Somewhere. Red must be getting desperate, trying to build more sentinels. Weightless mace is now being researched because well, it's got more Marmellos. Blue's course being cleaned up over here. Behemoth Pollock goes straight for the fortress. Also here is taking a bit of a beating though. A lot of defenses there. Blue is starting to stabilize. Blue has more military force field. Gaia's actually ran out of gold. Could sell off some wood though. Ooh, that's not good. Delete the armory or the temple there. The temple does have 2 relics inside. Just probably delete the armory to improve the traversement, though I think deleting the temple would be a better option. There's also a single tree that maybe cleaning all that out would help out. Or delete the economic guild. There's also some of the way. More oracles in the build queue. Behemoth engaging the fortress. Behemoth does go down there. On the right side, we've got more units pushing forward, including 8 destroyers. Got some Marmellos back here. Right now, the short suit also have 89% range armor, pierce armor. They only take 10% damage from these toxics. With the bonus damage, the toxics will probably do about 1 DPS to them, approximately.
Yuji.
Right now, showing up here as well. We've got Behemoth advancing along with him. Now Perseus there, he may solidify this Behemoth to stone. And now blue's out of wood, or not wood, gold, not gold, food, but, and also pretty low on wood, plenty of gold. Well, Gaia's right now is low on gold. Does have, of course, a good number of llama caravans in the field. Perseus does solidify one of those units of stone. Didn't see quite catch what it was. You know, Toxa's back here. Hoplites trying to these Arcus archers. Blue is stabilized, but it's hard to say which way the game will still go. Both sides are queued up to Secret of Titans if they ever get enough resources for it. But I don't think that's a real possibility for either side, though Blue has a good amount of favor and has stockpiles of resources, so Secret of Titans could be restricted. Another first one there, more Sentinels. Getting a little bit desperate if using Sentinels like that. I think Curse was utilized with this since it's also pigs.
Topos.
Blue does claim some of these pigs. They are fully fattened, so they're quite delicious. Good number of mills on the blue queue. Gaia could sell off about 5,000 wood to get more gold, of course. Blue's making a pretty good comeback at the moment.
Yuji.
More Arcus archers. Fire second now engaging over here. Getting some of these units. Behemoth's push way forward. Blue's engaging some of these structures. Got some Arcus archers that will pull in the field. No Pelotas in the field. So right now just infantry versus infantry. Behemoth's pushing along the flank. Chiron's not hitting the Behemoths though.
Yuji.
And Secret Titans will be queued up for Blue relatively shortly. She's Little War Wood. And Secret Titans is now being researched by Blue. Plenty of ults is starting to equalize the game for Blue. Needs the extra economic advantage. The Alpha getting finished off there. Another Trader God card does hit the Heliopoly. More Toxates, more Hoplites, more Hypasis for Blue. Red sign for more mills and some terminals. And Blue has now reached the Secret of Titans. You can now summon this Titan Gate. Yes, oh, and Blue's Titan Gate has been deployed in the field. Back here, not too many villagers collecting it up. Going to be ready to throw some shade as opponent though. I do see some relics on the map as well. Top left needs Chronos. Red's having trouble defending. He has an army of 120 in the field versus Red's just 52. As Blue Line's front line starts expanding, or his reinforcement times, Red's reinforcement times will start contracting and allows him to get units on the field much quicker in this tug of war right now. More destroyers, so it's more of everything else here. Blue's having trouble with gold income. Like I said, sell off some food and wood. We have now the fortified walls not being researched. Lightning Gate has another 2 minutes or 200 seconds remaining, which is far greater than 2 minutes. 3.5 minutes. Res optional on the flank, some destroyers and fanatics, very nice. Another round of sentinels here, which help them protect themselves from this raiding force. Though the destroyers have high pierce armor. One village is trying to repair. It should be visible if I remember correctly. Is that I switch over to Gaia and go to normal. Actually, it doesn't appear to be actually exposed. Maybe not. I think Gold Edition does reveal it, right? I guess maybe not in Retold. It's all what Red sees the moment. But I should probably at least hear the sound effect at least. Titan Gate has another 54 seconds remaining, so in 1 minute there will be a Titan, a Cerberus, a 3-headed dog, which requires 3 times the amount of headbats. It does go ahead and traders something. Traders this Petropolos, which siege down this some of the stuff here. Even still rotating around, engaging everything. Does have, of course, a bit of culture. Sentinels firing away. They do have accumulations after research. They will do supposed Contineras, which are guessing to come over here, which is incorrect. There's also more Sentinels here, so he's able to protect himself from these raids. Titan Gate has another 10 seconds. Titan Gate almost complete. And there is Cerberus, a 3-headed doggo. This could be a game-winning unit for Blue, of course. It does run at pop caps, the Titan does consume 20 population. Red's now going to fall back, and Red is going to resign. As Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.